Hello my friends, so finally here we are in working progress to install H&R front springs uh, on my W210, and now I will show you all the tips you need to do this job. So here I have already removed the spring using I was using the special spring compressor I showed you in the previous videos, and it worked for me very good. So now, this is the place where the bottom part of the spring is situated. You also need to remove the bottom part of the shock. Here is the tool itself with two plates, which goes through these two holes on the control arm and the spring top mounting point, and then you must compress it. Guys, make sure to place wood between the rotor and the fender, because when you are using the spring compressor, all this rotor caliper goes on the top, and the spring compressor don't gives you enough ability to remove the spring. So that's why I placed this wood here, and it worked for me very good. Now these are the basic tools I am using here, and now I will show you the spring which I removed and compare it to the H&R. Also make sure the car is supported, because this is enough time, enough job which needs more time, and safety is very important. Here you can see the factory front spring, which is longer than the factory rear one, and if we compare the spring to the H&R, you will see that H&R is shorter. Also, this is the spring pad with the iron insert inside. My W210 has this type of hardware. I will now wash it, clean it, and reuse it. The rubber pad has one point, and I think this is the lower one from the factory, which was my Avantgarde chassis equipped. So here I have now H&R spring. I will remove it from the box and then compare it to the original one. So my friends, here is the difference between the springs. Once again, H&R simply looks better than the old black spring. Then if we move forward, we can see that H&R has a different type of the coils, and also H&R is a little shorter than the factory Avantgarde springs. If the rears were identical in the length, here the H&R is shorter, and I think it looks a little bit heavy duty than the factory one, and from my experience, I already have installed the springs, and now I'm editing the video, guys. With the H&R springs, car is more stiffer, but not as stiff as some sport cars. It drives very good, and is still comfortable. So my friends, now I have mounted the spring on its place. It is very difficult to show you how I compress it, because you need to be very careful. This compressor is dangerous tool if you don't use this correctly. But you can see here that spring is installed, shock is mounted, and make sure to tight everything with the torque specs. Here you see the mounting point on the control arm, and the top of the spring. So my friends, now I'm working on the driver's side. Here is the factory spring. and I am showing you how it is compressed with the special tool, and otherwise here you must do everything same as I already mentioned on the passenger side. It is good idea to clean also the places where spring is installed. I use some metal brush, and brake cleaner. Uh, Once again, here you can see how short is the factory spring with the spring compressor, and if anybody wants to change the springs on this type of Mercedes, I highly recommend these compressors. They cost about 50 euros, and if you use them correctly, they are time savers, and they don't tend to be dangerous in this situation. Now, my friends, I will compress the H&R spring and install it on the car. So here you can see the spring is installed. Um, I especially wrapped the plates with the uh, tape, but uh, I have damaged a little bit the coating on the spring, but not a big deal. Here you can see that it sits directly on its place, and it is very good. But here you can see the small scratches which I made on the spring, but I don't care. They are enough painted good, and they will work. It is not possible to mount the springs without any scratch with this tool, but I have done it for myself, and I am very happy now. Um, guys, once again, make sure to use the wood uh, between the rotor and the fender. Nobody shows it on the YouTube. Everybody said that you need the spring compressor, but when you compress the spring, the whole assembly of this rotor goes up, and then you have not many abilities to compress the spring enough to remove it from its side. This type you can put the wood part here, and then put the main shaft plates and compress the spring. The control arm will not compress in this type. Also, if you remove the shock, and then you will able to remove the spring from its place. It is enough joyful job if you do. And my friends, here is the final look. I have assembled everything, torqued the shock with 55 Newton meters. Make sure you jack under the control arm the bottom of the shock, and then compress it, and then tighten it. This is the final look. Hope you enjoy. Very soon I will report how the springs work and share with you my experience. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.